Hi and welcome to my channel. On this week's video I'll be restoring my E30 Fog Lights and I'll take you through step by step of how I've done every process. What we have here are some E30 facelift fog lights. I've just found these in my spare pile, so what I'm going to do is to restore them. As you can see, they're not exactly in the best condition. This one's got a nice big crack across the front. This one looks to be in good condition. As soon as you turn it around, all the metal hardware's totally corroded. So first job is get them stripped down. So I started with removing the bracket, starting with the adjuster. To remove the adjusting screw, you need to pry off that little clip. So with the bracket removed, the bulb out, so what we need to do now is get to the lens. So this is a little rubber gasket all the way around. So what I'm going to do is add a bit of heat into that because it is glued in slightly, and see if we can start to prise that off. And then we'll move on to the glass. The same again, we're going to have to apply some heat to loosen out all the silicone all the way around it. Hopefully we can slowly pry it out. So the gasket is fragile, so just take your time and spend effort in getting it nice and warm. Moving on to the lenses. As before, you want to prepare it as well as possible before attempting to remove the glass. I use a Stanley blade to cut as much as the adhesive off as I could, and then you can start prying. But as you can see here, even all the prep I did, the glass still gave up. Luckily there's no damage to the plastics around, so I just pulled the rest of the glass out. Here we have all the pieces, or at least as far as I want to go. There's a few pieces I could take out, the electrical connectors in there or the lens out of here, but apart from that, it was actually quite successful. Obviously that broke up just slightly, but like I said, that plastic casing is really good condition, so all I need to do now is dig out all the silicone and then we can get started. So what I need to do now is source the new lens, get all the hardware sorted, then we can get it rebuilt. And then here's the disassembly of the other side. So now with the old pieces, as you can see, they've got, first of all, they've got this grey colour that I'll need to replicate, as well as your adjusting screws. So I bought these on eBay quite a while back now. They're glass, so they're much better than the plastic ones, but not even realising the holes, you can't even get to them. So what you want, this is about 9mm diameter. So then the rubber bungs sit through and you've still got enough room for your screwdriver. So I've got a 10mm, so I've just gone through, just not all the way, to kind of give it a 9mm chamfer. I'll show you the drill bit now. So this is what I'm going to class as a pilot drill, so that's around a 5mm, and this here is a 10mm. And as you can see, the chamfer, if I stop it just a little bit early, I should be able to get that 9mm fitment. Now this definitely wasn't my most enjoyable step, but luckily it went well. You want to be nice and slow with light pressure and make sure to keep the area lubricated. To replicate the shaded area in the fog lights, I've taped up the area, but I'm going to use some gold spray paint. I'll show you why later. The hardware wasn't looking too happy, but there's no damage to it, so I've got them prepared for zinc plating. I'll link the detailed video of my plating process above for anyone that's interested. Now all the plastic bracketry needed to be cleaned. I started with removing all the old adhesive from the housing, and then I moved on to some basic cleaner and plastic restorer. Got them looking like brand new again with UV protection. I didn't film it, but I did look to restore the gaskets. I used some silicone grease kind of massaged it into it, and it helped kind of bring the life back into them. With cleaning the inside of the housing, the mirror surface is very thin coating, so look to make light corrections. And then here we have all the parts refurbished and ready to be built up. I filled around the housing with an all condition adhesive. And with the lens fitted on, then use a nice large clamp to hold it down and left until the next day. After it had cured, I removed the clamp and cut all off the excess. Now for the installation of the gasket, I used rubber glue as I didn't want it to set brittle. I wasn't really prepared for the gasket, and I would recommend a lot of small clamps and pegs at the ready. Here they are, this is how I left them overnight. Now for the reassembly of the components, this is nice and straightforward. Here we have them both together. Really happy with the outcome. See, there's still a bit of residue on this one that needs to go around and get off, but other than that it looks really good. Yeah, hopefully it's staying nice and tight. I haven't put a new bulb in yet because they're probably not going for a couple of years. But yeah, thanks for watching. And for the colour, what I've done is matched it to my engine. For those who don't know, this is like a 70s, 80s BMW motorsport colour that came on the BMW M1 Pro cars. Just kind of building a replica of that engine.